Hi, I'm Darnell with the Grill, and this is my review of the Lodge cast iron double-sided grill and griddle. It's a low-cost, low-effort way to do for real grilling indoors. And so I'm going to show you how it works and how to use it, and so it should turn out really nice because it's got a grill and a griddle all in one plate of cast iron. And for you who haven't seen me here on D-Grill in a while, be sure to check out my other channel, Wave Oven Recipes. I'll leave a link in the video description, but I'm always there, and that's where I do most of my work these days. But let me go ahead and show you this grill and griddle. Alright, so here you get a look at my stovetop, and this is the grill side of the grill and griddle. See, it's a big piece of cast iron here, and it's pretty weighty. And so, you know, this side would be for grilling, and then you can flip it over and use this side as your griddle. Basically, the heat from the stovetop, this is a gas stove here, but basically the heat from the stovetop is able to heat up the plate and make things really hot so that you can cook up whatever you want to cook up. Any heating source that you could name could be used, but it's not, well, actually induction works with cast iron too, although I haven't tried it on induction. But they do say that induction works with cast iron too. But this is the paper that comes with it that basically describes the unit. And this particular one, it's, as they say here, it's 16.75 inches by 11.5 inches. That's 42.5 by 29.2 centimeters. This particular size one, I think, is only available at Costco, because even down here where it talks about the item numbers and stuff, it's like an LTPCOS, like it's made for Costco. So you can find this in store. I'm not able to find it online at this time, but in store you may be able to find it. You just call your local Costco, see if they have it. If not, you know, maybe you can ask them to ship it in or something. But I'll put the model number and stuff in the video description for you to have access to it that way. And they say that this plate is pre-seasoned with 100% natural vegetable oil. I was considering doing my own seasoning anyway, but I figured I'll just go with it as is with their seasoning and see how things go. But I'll probably, after this, you know, maybe do some more seasoning of it of my own, unless it performs spectacularly well as is. If it, you know, just kind of has a little bit of sticking or something, I'll probably season it more myself later. But I want to see how it does, you know, straight out the gate as is. And so you see with the size that it is, it was perfectly made to fit over 2 stovetop burners. But you could use it if you wanted to in the oven. You could also use it on a grill, outdoor grill if you wanted to. If you wanted to use it over a campfire, you could suspend it over a campfire, you could do that too. And they say that this is made without PFOA or PTFE. I mean, it's cast iron, so it shouldn't have anything else in it. Now with cast iron, when you're first warming it up, you don't want to cause what they call thermal shock. You don't want to hit it too hard or fast with the heat. You want to start it with a lower heat and then heat it up to a higher heat so that it'll be able to tolerate it well. And cast iron takes a while to, you know, really capture the heat, but once it does, it stays very hot after it's, you know, well heated. So I'm going to go ahead with mine, with these 2 burners. I'm going to go ahead and get it started. And I think I've got the back burner on, and I'm turning the back burner to medium, and the front burner also turning to medium. And I'm just going to let those run on medium heat for a while, and then I'm going to turn it up to high before, well, actually I'm going to leave it on medium for the initial cooks that I'm going to do, because I'm going to show you a couple of initial cooks. And so I'll just leave it here on medium, let it start warming up for a while. Alright, so things have had a good long time to warm up, and so what I've got here is a thermal imaging camera. And so we see that even with me using medium on the, you know, burners, this thing is rocking it like over 600 degrees. In the center, where I have the center target, you can't really see it though, it's like, yeah, it's all over 600. So it's super hot, even with the medium setting on this cast iron. Of course, the reflection of the cast iron might be throwing us off a little bit, but I have my doubts about that. I don't think it's throwing us off. I think it is in the 600s. Yeah, I think it's in the 600s is what we're getting. And even when I'm off center, I'm getting a read that's like in the 400s when I'm off center. But when I go back to the center where those heating sources are, yeah, we're over 600 there. So that's pretty hot as far as the, temperature. So I'm going to bring the temperature down to a low because what I want to do, I want to try and heat some pancakes. This is my almond flour whole wheat pancake batter here. And I'll just flash the recipe on the screen for you. But these turn out pretty nice. And I've also got a couple of eggs here. So I'm going to cook up like some eggs and pancakes, and I'm thinking, maybe with the heat being on low, maybe it won't hit them as hard. I'm sure there's still a lot of heat on the, plate itself, but I'm going to spray some extra light olive oil on here. Don't confuse this with like extra virgin or virgin olive oil. This is not the same. This is refined to have a high smoke point, so it shouldn't be as bad. It's going to smoke some, but it doesn't taint flavor or anything like other forms of olive oil because it's been refined. So with that, I'm going to just go ahead, we're going to go for it. I'm going to pour these eggs on here. Let those start cooking up. I'm also going to get my pancakes out. Just start, dolloping some pancake batter out and making pancakes too. So if you ever want to use this for your breakfast, you can, do pancakes, eggs, whatever else.
Heads up, there's smoke in the dining room. Heads up, there's smoke in the living room.
Alright, so I set my smoke alarms off once I put the food on. I guess it was too much for them.
Heads up,
I think I'm going to have to unplug those. Well, get the batteries out of them.
it's going to be loud.
Alright, at least one of my smoke detectors doesn't like me using this, but we've gotten the batteries out of it. The only reason one side's kind of overcooked is probably due to me having to deal with those. Sorry about that, but yeah, I overcooked one side because I had to deal with smoke alarm trouble. So you may want to, silence your smoke alarms before you start. It's not too smoky in the house really, but anyway. Throwing that over hard. Alright, so I think the eggs are probably pretty good shape. I mean, it's a little... Just trying to do it over... I guess I did it over easy instead of over hard. But, see it's sticking some there. I'll just have to re-season this thing after the videos. It's coming off though when I scrape with this silicone spatula, so that's not too bad. It's okay. See if I can flip these over. Yeah, so they don't look too bad on the other side, since I didn't have them overcooking on that other side too long. Alright, so you're able to cook up your eggs, able to cook up your, pancakes, flapjacks. So that's pretty good. Just getting these off of here. I'll just basically get one opened up for you to see, it's fully cooked in there. So that's pretty good. Alright, so now I got things on the grill side. And since things got so hot on the griddle side, I'm going to, since I'm going to be cooking something, a protein this time, I want it to be a little hotter than low. So I'm going to do like between medium and low is what I'm going to do for the temperature. So this back one I've got set between medium and low now. And the front one, I've also got it set for between medium and low. And gonna let it warm up like that and then check the temperature after it's set like this for a while. Alright, so I've given things time to warm up using thermal imaging camera here, and I'm pretty sure, because I've tested when things cool down, that it is giving me an accurate read. And we see that we're maxing out at about 460s, and otherwise on other parts of it, like where the center is now, yeah, we're only getting like 200, because I'm using a lower amount of heat, so it's really hot where the burners are, the big one and the small one in the back, but it's not as hot on the sides here where it's just like in the 200s. So we're able to kind of pick our spot of where we want to have things hotter or cooler. But I'm going to do a cook test here now. I've got a nice big piece of ahi tuna here. This is a 0.85 pound cut of ahi tuna, and I basically put on I've got 1 tablespoon of blackstrap molasses, 2 tablespoons of extra light olive oil, and I also shaked in some organic no salt seasoning, mixed it up, put it all over both sides of it. Got a couple carrots here, and I've got 1 slice of bread that's buttered. So I'm going to cook all this on the grill side, see how things turn out. I've put the smoke detectors to sleep, so those shouldn't be a problem this time. And so just going to put the bread down, put the carrots down, and I'm just going to put the tuna over here on top of the big burner so I can get it off. There we go. Just kind of doesn't want to move now that it's in place, so we'll just let things cook along for a while and maybe move things around after a while, and we'll just see how things go here. Alright, it's pretty interesting how that carrot was moving around for a while there. I'm going to get the bread off and see if it's got some nice searing on the other side of that. So yeah, so the bread, you see, got some nice searing, so that's pretty nice. And we'll go ahead and let the carrots, I'm going to move the carrots around. Let's see if I can, not too hot to touch. Just move the carrots around to the hotter part over there. And so I'm just going to go ahead and let the carrots and the protein continue to cook for a while. Alright, I'm going to see if I'm able to move the fish now. You see that the carrots get some sear mark on them a little bit. Let's see if I can get it over here. Kind of sticking a little to the grill. Alright, look at that. That looks pretty nice. Alright, I let it cook on both sides for a while, so I'm going to check it now. Yeah, we're only in the 70s on the inside of that meat, and that's because it's a very thick cut. So it's going to have to cook for a while to really cook through really well on both, through the middle. The outside's getting really done, but the inside of that is not, anywhere near done. Our carrot, it's pretty thick, showing a little bit of, some grill mark on it though, but it'll help soften it up. This heat will help soften the carrots up. And we'll just let this sit on this side for a while longer. Alright, so spend some time on this other side. Probably still not done yet, but I'm going to try and flip it again. Try and make sure that it evenly cooks on both sides. Now, one interesting thing, I didn't spray this side, the grill side, when I started grilling. So the tuna went on there with no spray at all, and it's coming up pretty decent. I think it just needs a little bit more time and it'll be done. Alright, so let's check the temperature again now. We're in the 120-ish degree mark. It's because it's so thick, I probably could have butterflied it to be able to cook it faster or to get more of it to cook. Just going to move my carrots though, and we'll just let this continue to play out. I'm one who likes to cook things to well done. For any long-term viewers of the channel know that, but you could always stop at the temperature or point of your choosing as far as how far you cook yours. Alright, I'm going to check it again and probably flip it again. Well, yeah, I think we're good at this point. So I'm going to turn the burners off. Let's see, turn both burners off there. And the carrots, I mean, they got to hang out for a while. Let's see. Yeah, I can pick it up without burning myself. It's gotten, you know, a little limber. So that's pretty good. See if I can grab this one with the bare hand, or that's pretty good. Alright. See if I can get this off. Yeah, we got like some hash mark grill in there. So it looks pretty good. Alright, so I gave things like a little over 5 minutes to reabsorb juices and for carryover to do its thing, even though I'm usually not a fan of carryover. For this one, we'll let it go. So I'm going to just cut down the middle. We'll just have a look inside. And you see that there, you know, it's well cooked. It's got a little pink there. But we know that it got to cook really well for a nice long time. I'm just taking a piece off here, or a couple pieces, and we'll just do a quick taste test of some of this. Alright, so thank God for some tuna, some carrots. The bread, I can tell you, was pretty good. I already taste tested that thoroughly. But let's go ahead and taste the tuna. It's very good. Just going to bite into the carrot here. Alright, all turned out well. So the grill is able to grill up things. You can do it indoors, low effort. It's not very expensive. It'll last, as they say, beyond your lifetime. Be able to pass it down to your kids, you know. So pretty good stuff. And so, you know, with the initial cook with the griddle side, definitely should have had that heat on low to start. I didn't wait for it to cool down enough before I threw the eggs and the pancakes and all on. I wanted to just go with it, you know, but start with low. That cast iron is amplifying the heat more than it seems it would with like a frying pan or something. It's really amplifying that heat really well, making it really hot. So keep it down lower, and then if you're going to cook some like protein or something like I did, do it between medium and low. You know, you don't want to go up to like the medium unless maybe like you're trying to quick cook a pizza on the cook the bottom of a pizza. You know, maybe it'll fry the bottom of it really quick like that or something. You know, you have to come up with an idea with that. Or you want to cook something that's really thick protein, beef or something, thin cut of beef, maybe you could cook it really fast like that on medium. That might turn out pretty good for you. But it can do the job. It can do the griddle, it can do the grill. It's not fancy, it doesn't need any bells and whistles, very straightforward, and you can get the job done. So I like that. And so you can, you know, always check out more here on the channel, but as I said, I'm mostly over at Wave Oven Recipes you know, lately. So check out waveovenrecipes.com. It's waveovenrecipes.com, takes you directly to that YouTube channel if you want to see more recent stuff over there where I'm usually working. But anyway, wanted to show you guys this, and you know, I hope that you are all, you know, enjoying your grills or whatever you're using these days. And so with all of that, I'll just say you can give this video a thumbs up, share it with a friend, leave your comments. You can subscribe here. You can subscribe over at Wave Oven Recipes. It's all good either way. But with all that said, I'll just say to you and yours, good eating.